The craziest donation day I ever had. 60 was it 62 or $6,300 in 2 hours of donations. This was like my hit
Whoa.
about my first month or second month on Mixer. Couple people started donating, and I was like, I was very thankful. And then more came through, and then I kind of teared up a little bit because at that point I knew all my past with losing Twitch, what I struggled with on YouTube. I
Hmm.
got really emotional, man,
Yeah.
and they went even harder. So then I threw up.
Okay, I've got a video for you today. My friend Dereck is a career live streamer. So when I called him up and said, hey, would you be willing to do a video with me? I didn't even know how much he had been through. He was part of the whole Mixer debacle where he was partnered at Mixer and had his livelihood taken away through a tweet. He was banned from Twitch. He was also then unbanned from Twitch. He, I think, was partnered at Facebook Gaming. He has opinions on all of this stuff, and he has a lot of stories to tell. Some context for you, Dereck is known for being both a Call of Duty live streamer and very animated when he gets upset. And it is the perfect mix. If you've ever seen his live streams, you know when he rages, he is like the most entertaining person I've ever seen. It really is great. And so it seems like he's really honed his craft here. He was very raw when we first met. He was like on live stream, it was sort of like the Wild West for him, but it sounds like he's really honed his craft. It was just an absolute pleasure to talk to him. I had such a blast, and the conversation is so good. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about the live streaming world and what it's like to be a streamer, this is just a good video for you to watch. The video I just uploaded prior to this one is with a data scientist who works at LinkedIn. That video is also super interesting. If you like these interview type videos, go watch that one too after you're done watching this one. And if you want to support me making more videos like this, I have some Amazon affiliate links in the description of the video. Click any of those, and if you happen to make a purchase on Amazon in the next 30 days, I will get a kickback from that. So it's essentially free for you to do and a way for you to show support for the channel. And thank you to those who have done that, by the way. I've asked on the last video and people actually did it, which is awesome. In the last bit before we get into the video, if you have people that you want me to talk to and interview and make a video with, sort of like these, leave a comment and let me know who they are and why you want that video. I'm looking for people to make more videos like this. Like, I'm really enjoying making these. So if you have someone that you want me to talk to, could be in any career, any profession, any experience, I'm open to it. So let me know in the comments. All right, enjoy this video with Dereck, also known as Sniping for Dom.
This is my friend Dereck. How do you introduce yourself, Dereck?
You can call me Derek, you can call me Dom, you can call me Sniping for Dom. I get all that quite often, so I'm used to it.
Yep. And you are these days a full-time Twitch streamer. You've been a Twitch streamer since I've known you for, I don't know how long I've been on you, 5-6 years now, maybe.
Yes,
Maybe
sir.
longer. I don't think it's been longer than that.
It's been, I'd say probably about 6. Yeah.
And you've been doing full-time streaming since then. You were doing it for a living back then.
Yes.
And we haven't kept in touch that much lately. So I don't know where it's grown to. So give us an idea of like, at what scale are you doing this?
At nowadays, or from like, do you want it from like the beginning to end? Because it's jumped. You know my story, so it's, there's in this line of business, there's an incline, a decline, and just a steady out type of.
That's part of why I wanted to bring you in, because I feel like a lot of like the notoriety of streaming, people know that, so like people make money playing video games, but they don't quite understand that there's a large group of people that fall somewhere in between the super famous and the hobbyist.
That gray area.
Yeah. And part of what I want to hear about is the ups and downs since we last spoke, really, or since the beginning. So yeah, tell me about what it was like. We'll go back into the history of what it was like, but where are you like right now? Like at Yeah. And what's scaling?
Currently, I just got my Twitch channel back. We fought for that for 4.5 years, and
Mhm.
I didn't know what I was going to do. I was on top of the world. If no one knows my story, someone threatened my son's life, said some nasty sexual things about him,
Mhm.
and I went off at the mouth. I blew up. Um, Actually found out that it was a big fan of mine that put thousands of dollars in my pocket. His uncle passed away. He had a bad day, and he enjoyed me raging. That's what helped him get through his day. And he definitely got a rage that day. I didn't find this out until like a year later. He apologized. But so it's been great to come back. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. Like I said, I was on top of the world. I mean, back when I blew up on Twitch, you got to think that was 6.5 years ago. Streaming was just like starting to become a pretty big thing.
Yeah.
And to make it full time was, I mean, it was absurd. To play video games and pay your bills and live the life like some of us do live, fully being paid off from playing games or just playing music online or whatever it would be online. It's crazy that you can capitalize something like that.
So even back then, this is like however many years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
For what, when I lost the Twitch channel?
Yeah.
It was 4.5.
4.5 years ago. You at that point, did you feel like you had made it, like, or did you feel like you just had it all, like your whole future was ahead of you on as becoming like a big time streamer? Like, where was your mind at?
Well, I mean, I don't. Back then, it's crazy. I made 3 to 5 grand a month playing video games. That's the most money I've ever made in my life. I mean, I've always made decent money, but I mean, there's a lot that goes in behind the scenes that people don't see, and sometimes we can do whatever we want,
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was so that part was crazy. I pushed on, and I actually wanted to give up, and there was people out there that were a part of my community that basically were just like, hey man, like, you do more for us. With the stories that I heard about helping people get through suicide, depression, divorces. At that time I was going through a divorce as well, splitting up from my son's mother. And definitely no doctor by any means, but I'm just a real person, and if someone actually generally needs help with something, I love it, man. So that's what brought me back, and I pushed on to YouTube. And
I remember you switching to YouTube.
It was a little rough. I think over there we're like up to like maybe 18K or something like that.
For subscribers there.
For subscribers, yeah.
And where were you at on Twitch before you got banned?
Right when I got banned was at 83,000. 83,000, yeah.
And you have like a pretty consistent following too. So that was like, you have a core base of fans. And then, do you know what, like, do you have any estimate as to like what your core base of fans roughly is?
I would say any given platform that I've ever swapped to, there was a strong, I'm going to say 40 to 60.
Okay.
That I know for sure would follow and would be there every day. I'm not saying that, that I know would be there every day.
Yeah. Those
no matter what. Yeah.
That are like going to donate or subscribe or join or whatever. That's, I mean, even that by itself is helpful to know.
Sure.
There's that theory about having 1,000 fans. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
1,000 real fans. So, I mean, that puts you at like 10% of the way there almost. So, anyway, so where are you on Twitch these days? Did you have to start from scratch?
I didn't, man. And that was the whole thing. When I was trying to get they just wouldn't answer. Like, it's so hard. Like, Amazon is a phenomenal company, but I think when Amazon bought Twitch out, that they should have replaced their whole lineup of staff. There was too many friendships involved. It wasn't business. And if someone, some of the people I had issues with back in the day, I won't name names. Some more, it is what it is. Those people were really close with staff, and I never got a shot to get back on there. But yeah, now we're at almost 95,000 followers. I've been back on the platform for 2 months. And if there's anybody out there that's wondering if they should get into Twitch and stuff, there's something here eventually I would like to talk about if you're trying to become a streamer, because this is going to shock the fuck out of a ton of people.
What is that? Tell me.
So there's one thing that Twitch is cool, man. It's big. Everybody knows Twitch, right? And you can access it on any device, mobile, PC, phones. It's just all out there. Fire sticks, all that. There's one thing that Twitch doesn't do that pretty much almost every other streaming platform does, at least the other competitors, let me put it that way.
Like other competitors being YouTube is the big
Facebook,
one?
YouTube.
All right.
Facebook's about to blow the fuck up, man. And if I was a small streamer, that's where I would be getting into right now.
Interesting.
100%.
All right.
It's no joke, and I'll explain that.
All right.
Twitch doesn't have a platform that works for you 24 hours a day as YouTube or Facebook would.
You have to be online.
You have to be online. So your growth is only your growth at that time.
Yeah.
Okay. With Facebook and YouTube, those platforms, let's say if I love streaming on Facebook, I'm a Facebook partner right now. Whenever I post up a video, someone likes and shares that goes to it is the biggest social media that's out there, over 2 billion users.
Yeah.
I am finding people coming into my channel that have never played video games in their life and going, hey, what's this? I make them laugh, and they just throw money, bro. Like, they send stars and stuff like that. They're like, man, this is better than TV. I get to watch this grown-ass man yell at shit. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I have those comedic values too. I'm a smart dumbass. Let's put it that way.
I'm really glad that you've matured your streaming to a level where you can control that, because that is your special sauce. Your rage is your special sauce, and it's so fun and so funny to watch. But I think back in the old days, it was really real.
Very real. And sometimes it still is like every once in a while, if a game pisses me off enough, you might see me pick up my chair and slam it or punch it or, something like that. Like, nothing to where I'm going to break a $10,000 setup.
Yeah.
It's not reached to that, at least. But yeah, no, it was a very negative thing to have.
Yeah.
But that's what helped me blow up. People were like, fuck, when's the next one coming? Because this guy's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it to the point where someone was people were donating money to your channel because of that, to see that, because it was helping them, like you described with this one fan. It was helping people so much.
Yeah, it was an escape of reality.
It's an escape. Man. Yeah,
right.
That's kind of it's kind of deep, actually.
Sure. Yeah, very deep, actually.
Yeah, there's something very raw about it, and I know what they're talking about because I've watched many hours of your streaming in the past, and also just I guess behind cameras. Personally, I know your personality, but okay. So getting back to Facebook gaming, you're saying that there's an untapped audience and an infrastructure that's already in place, and you can just plug and play gaming right into it.
Yeah, that like I was saying, when someone likes and shares your stream, that goes to every single one of their friends that are going on Facebook and scrolling down. My stream is right there in front of their face. The potential for them just to click real quick and go, huh, what's this? Or, oh, I've seen this game. Let's see if he's good. Whatever's going through their mind. But it's insane, man, because I have videos and it's crazy because the ad money that's over there, you do not understand what is going on. Every time someone's on Facebook and they just scroll past my video, they don't have to pick on it. I get a very minimal amount of ad money just because they scrolled past it on their friends.
So you don't have to rely on donations on Facebook.
Well, you to make it full time, you're not going to make that ad money. Like I said, it's small. But I will say, for anybody that's trying to get into streaming, revenue wise, please don't ever do that to begin with. Have fun with it. Do it because you enjoy gaming and you want to do something better and help other people. You can't go into it thinking it's going to be a business, because it'll fucking knock you off your pedestal really quick.
So you've been doing it for how many years now?
Full time, about I'd say 6.5. Yeah.
And I think you have some innate talent on camera. I think that's probably part of why you were able to go full time pretty quickly after, like right away, really, right?
Yeah. But I just didn't know. Once you get a taste of something like that, and you're like, what? This is a thing? It became a challenge to me, and it'll never stop. I'm never gonna feel comfortable where I'm at and what I do, because the numbers it's not limited. You could, once I hit 100K, cool, but guess what? I'm pushing for another 100K. After that, I'm pushing for another 500K. Like, the grind doesn't stop, man.
Do you want to be famous?
If it ever happens, I want people to know that I'm me and I'm real. What you see on the camera is what you get in real life. You know that. Yeah. You know how goofy I am. Yeah. I wouldn't say I want to be famous. Of course, I want things better, to be better in my life and for my son. That's why I do all this. But having fame, I've had it happen to me before. I've been in random parts of the United States that I don't even live, and people go, "Oh my God, you're sniping for Dom. I watched you, or I used to watch you." That shit's crazy to me.
That's a good feeling. Like,
it is, but it's creepy sometimes. I had a guy, no lie, and he was a really nice guy. I had Dom with me. We're shopping in a grocery store locally, all right? And this guy's just like staring at me, and then he'd look at Dom, and then I was like, well, maybe he's just like looking over it, so he don't want to, get in front of us and grab something. And it kept going. I was like, "Hey, man, can I help you?" He's like, "You play Call of Duty. I watch you all the time." And I'm like, dude, you had me so freaked out, because I don't know if you're looking at my kid, if you got a problem with me. As a father, that's what you think of. Like, what the fuck's the deal here? And then he was like, "I got to tell my girlfriend, stay right here. Can you stay right here? Can I get a picture with you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, bro." Like, I was like, "Cool, whatever, man." So he was really nice, and he was like, "Huh?" He's like, "You're actually really nice. Like, you didn't tell me to go fuck off or nothing." Like, right. And I'm like, "What?"
So, the way that I see this is, in terms of like famous streamers, is there's like a pool of people who do it as a career, like you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And of that pool of people that are stable on the platform, every once in a while, one of those people get plucked and become super famous.
Super famous, right.
And so you're in that pool, and that's why I asked, because you're Ninja was doing it for like what, 10 years or whatever before he got
Fortnite, yeah.
And then just like one thing, and it popped off, and like in a matter of months, it evolved into something just totally different. Mm-hmm. That's why I ask you, is like, where does your mind go? Is that like, are you like gunning for that one spot, or if it happens, you'll figure it out, or what? You know what I mean? All right. So that being said, how are you with the idea of just like being a full-time streamer, staying somewhere in that middle area for indefinitely?
I'm completely okay with it, man. I think a lot of people, even though it is a business, I would still find time, even if I had to work a full-time job, I would still find time to do this, because there's something about me. I just feel like I've been put on this earth to make people smile, man. Yeah. I do it off stream. I do it on stream. You never know what someone's going through. And some of the people that look completely perfect and okay are not fucking okay, man. And I always say, if I can change one person's life, mission accomplished. And I know that I've done that, but that's just something I'm never going to stop doing. Some people might get me the wrong way I'm very sarcastic and stuff like that. Yeah. So every once in a while, there's a few people that are like, "Man, this guy's a fucking dick," and they don't get enough time to get to know me. But Yeah, man, I'm completely okay being in that gray area. I love my community. My community supports me. Like I said, it's my full time job,
You
and
could pay for Derek's
everything.
school, or
Yeah,
he
yeah,
covers that. For
yeah.
Derek's, I call him
Dom.
Derek. You call you Dom.
It happens all the time. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, man. Whatever, me and Dom's mom has a really really good relationship. She's a
yeah,
phenomenal mother. Anytime she needs something, or if something's going on, and I know she might need a little extra help, I'm like, here, take this. You
yeah.
know.
So so your streaming is providing you enough that you can live on it. You can
Yes.
pay your rent, and you can also hopefully contribute a little bit more to your son's like future, or
Mhm.
to helping create a stable home for him, that sort
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, that's awesome. Are
Yeah.
you
No,
like
it's a good feeling. Yeah.
you're not like running out of money?
Yeah.
That
No.
sort
No.
of,
No. No.
you
No.
have credit card bills that you're not paying, that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
I
Sorry,
always told
if that's too
myself
personal,
never. Yeah. No, it's all good, man. I always told myself, no matter where I was in life, like going back to the whole thing about this, if it blows up,
yeah,
I will never live outside my means. It's
yeah,
just something you get, once you get into a hole, it's really hard to come out of it. I see people ruin their lives all the time.
yeah,
I don't have to have the best of everything. If I can't go and pay cash for something, I won't do it. I'll be like, well, it's just not in the books for me. If I'll save up money and then I'll get it. If it's something that I really want, that's a luxury. Let's put it that way. But yeah, man, no, I don't live outside my means. I live very nice. I live very well. Very satisfied where I'm at,
yeah.
100%.
Do you pay for life insurance, or life insurance, health insurance rather?
Yeah, no, not, but I pay out of pocket if I have to go to the
Okay.
hospital. I'm a very
Okay.
stubborn
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
So if I have to go, I'll go. If I go to the hospital, I'm sick,
Yeah.
and I'll just pay with my PayPal card right there. Be like, hey, look, I don't have insurance. I'm going to pay cash.
Yeah. I guess that's. I mean, it makes sense. It's just
Mhm.
a different style, but I guess when you're self-employed, that's like one of the things you do.
Yeah, right.
Have you considered picking up staff, employees, that sort of thing, or do you think it'll get to that size?
I don't know. There's been a couple things that I wanted to do. I have good people in my life that are willing to help with things
Mhm.
for free, just because I've helped something in their life.
Sure.
Whether it was get their day through at work, or put a smile on their face, whatever it is. So I'm assuming eventually it probably has to happen, but I don't like relying on other people. I want to know if something happens to my business, it's because I fucked up.
Yeah.
Nobody else had the chance to fuck
So
that up.
yeah,
For me.
you don't want to give up that control.
Yeah, 100%.
That makes sense. Um, for me, like when I hire people, it's because there's parts of the work that has to be done that I am not that good at, or that I
Sure.
just do not enjoy doing.
Dude, don't it? Yeah, yeah, right.
Those are the first things to go.
Yeah, well, if you're a content creator out there, streaming is not the only thing you have to do. You have to be on every form of social media. You have to build social medias all around to intertwine, and then pull in that small percentage. You could blow up on Instagram, but if you start a Twitter, you're going to have maybe 2% people come over and watch you. So you got to intertwine all those social medias. I hate YouTube editing. I love taking vlogs. It's just you don't get paid shit for them, man. You get
I know.
pennies
I know.
for hours and hours of work. I hate it. I'm a live streamer. I don't want to be a YouTuber. I put them up, I do them, but I'm very slow on, I don't do a schedule. I don't set
I
a
should wrap this video right now.
Yeah, but you enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing, is I find it creatively challenging, and so
Sure.
like by the time I'm uploading, I already got what I wanted to get out of it,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that was already done on the creative side.
Yeah.
So you can get 10 views, I don't care,
Right,
and if I do have a video that gets 10,000 views, that's like just total gravy,
Yeah.
Okay, so let's switch over to your story with Mixer. So you were part of the Mixer partnership program, and part of
Crazy.
the group that just kind of got like essentially the corporate version of ghosting.
Yeah. Via tweet, mind you. I
Via
just want
tweet. Oh my
everyone
God.
to understand that it was through a tweet. Most of us were live when it happened.
So I guess I didn't even know at that time. I hadn't spoken to you in a while. I didn't know you were on Mixer. How did you get onto Mixer? Walk me through what happened while you were on the platform and things were good.
Yeah, sure. It was crazy, man. It's another part of my life I'll never forget because of how wild it was. YouTube every year, Call of Duty comes out. I get pre-early access to betas and stuff like that. Me and my brother do a 72-hour stream. I do 12 hours. He comes right down. I go to sleep. He does his 12. I get right back up. I do and we go for 3 days straight. So YouTube, we weren't in the leaderboards in the directory. We weren't showing up. And I was like, man, we're putting in all this fucking work for no one to see us besides the people that are already only sub to the channel. So I reached out to YouTube and I'm like, yo, there's an issue. We're not on the leaderboards. We're not shown in the directory. And they're like, there's no issue. I just got so fed up. Someone was like, dude, just for the next couple of days, he's like, no one over on Mixer is playing or even has access to Black Ops 4. Yeah. And I'm like, I was like, fuck it, man. Let's see what happens.
Is this pre-Ninja or post-Ninja?
This is pre-Ninja. Yeah, pre-Ninja. So I jump over there. We start up the stream. You know, I have a good 30, 40 people that came over from YouTube to help get the numbers up. Next thing I know, there was tons of people coming through. Xbox UK, someone threw me Jukebox TV is his name. He works for a really big YouTube team. He was streaming over there, and I guess he found my channel, and he's like, "This guy's fucking good, and he's crazy.
Yeah,
like he's just mad talking shit to these guys, making them all feel bad." And so he threw me a host for like 56 people. That put me over like 100 and some, and then literally within the next hour or two, it jumped to like 2,000. And it held at 1,000 to 2,000 for fucking 3 days straight, man. We had over 2,500 followers in the first fucking 24 hours, man.
Yeah.
So they reached out to me. This was crazy. I'm still the only one that they did this to. When they came into my chat, Millie, I'll never forget him, man. A phenomenal guy that actually got dicked over by Microsoft. Go figure. He came in and he was like, "Hey man, we'd like to have you call our office in Seattle." And I'm like, "What is it? Is this a joke?" But their names were yellow. I didn't know. And they're like, "Dude, that's staff. Like they're gonna give you partnership." Cool. And I'm like, "No way." So I asked it. I guess it made them laugh because they were like, "This guy really doesn't give a fuck." Because I was like, "Listen, chat, we could take a phone call right now and stream, or I tell him to fuck off." And I said one, dude, I swear I said one in the chat.
You're a genius.
And so they were all like, "No, call. And I'm like, "All right," because if you guys didn't want me to, I wasn't going to. You know, I don't give a shit. You know, I'm just there to entertain and do what I do. Yeah. And so they were like, "No, make the call." I made the call. I muted my mic. I talked to them, called Microsoft's headquarters in Seattle. And
while you were still live on Mixer.
Yeah. While I was still
just muted.
Yeah. And he was like, "Look, man," he's like, "we've never reached out to anyone." He's like, "You got crazy numbers. We love what you're doing. We've had staff in here for the past 24 hours watching you. We want to offer you partnership, and we're going to give you more of a cut than what most people at partnership that time had."
Yeah.
So I was like, I looked at my follower count and I went, they're going to give me this much per sub, you know, all the extra benefits and stuff.
Yeah, you started doing the math. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, why not? YouTube's fucking up. I already struggled on YouTube for a year. You know, I did it. I got up and did my 8 hours every single day.
Yeah.
For a minimal amount of audience. And I was like, well, let's try it. And then it just blew up. It just blew up, man.
When you say blew up, what does a Mixer version of blowing up mean?
Well, being that it was a Microsoft-owned, it used to be called Beam, and then Microsoft bought them out. There wasn't a lot of traction. It was a baby Twitch, probably like Twitch in its first 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but we came up to 20K and stuff like that. Microsoft sent me around.
But it still eclipsed your YouTube channel.
Yeah. The craziest donation day I ever had. And for anyone because you never know, it's like being a musician in the middle of New York.
Yeah.
and you're playing a song for some change. You might stay out there for 6 hours and not get a penny.
Yeah.
So it's a very tough, very cutthroat business as well. So 60 was it 62 or $6,300 in 2 hours of donations. This was like my hit about my first month or second month on Mixer. Couple people started donating, and I was like, I was very thankful. And then more came through, and then I kind of teared up a little bit because at that point I knew all my past with losing Twitch, what I struggled with on YouTube. I got really emotional, man.
Yeah.
And they went even harder. So then I threw up. I came back. You can hear that video on YouTube. You can hear it all. You can hear me throwing up in the bathroom.
You're so entertaining. I can't get over it. Anyway, sorry. Yeah.
But it was crazy, man. And that's when I knew, like, all right, Mixer's my home, And a lot of things that go on in your life, always prepare you for something, and it doesn't always make sense. But I knew I was the best me I've ever been on the Mixer platform.
Yeah.
It was night and day between Twitch me, back in the day, at least I should say. So it helped shape me because that community was so beautiful over there.
How long were you on Mixer before it went south?
Right at 2 years.
Okay.
Right at about a year and a half.
So, and things were going great for you on Mixer.
Yeah, great.
No complaints. You were making a living. You were where you wanted to be.
Right.
And then
I went and paid cash for my SUV.
Because, seriously?
Yeah, I went and paid cash.
Like a rapper? You just walked in?
Yeah. I threw a couple bars out there. They're like, oh man, this guy's SoundCloud's fired.
Okay, so then fast forward now to this tweet. What happened? What tweet? Tell me about the tweet. What happened?
I was live, and then I don't remember what I was playing, but I remember my chat saying, "Hey, Dereck, close out your game, take a drink of water, and go on Twitter." And I'm like,
interesting.
I'm thinking maybe my Twitter got fucking taken down, or something bad happened, or someone called me out for being a dick or something. A million things go through your head.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't see it. They're like, go to Mixer's Twitter, and I did, and then I saw it right there. It just said so Millie, the reason, if no one knows this, Millie, the guy that I told you that called me, that gave me my partnership, he went on record that 24 hours before that tweet came out, that there was a lot of racial bullshit that they put him through.
Oh, I know Millie. I know what you're talking about. I remember his name coming up when all this stuff was happening.
That's why this all started. Microsoft didn't want to get their fucking hands into it or apologize or fire the main chick. So within, I think it was 13 hours later after that, they announced, hey, we feel that it's best that we just shut it down completely instead of doing the right thing. And that's how we all found out, man. Hundreds of full-time partners, thousands and thousands of streamers. And I never liked Microsoft to begin with anyways. They did cool for me, in the aspect of being able to travel around, meet new people, taking care of badges and stuff like that. Yeah. That's cool. But payment was always a rough thing for them. A lot of people didn't always get their full amount of pay. They're in a lawsuit right now as well for that same thing, because we all just got our final payments and they were supposed to be doubled. They weren't doubled, and half the people didn't even get what their regular pay was supposed to be. Some people that didn't have $100. So most companies will say, Twitch, most of them will say you have to clear $100 before you get a payout.
Yeah.
After you clear that, here's your 100 or whatever it is. Some people were at like $97, $98. Those lower streamers, they got Embers and stuff like that. They said, hey, sorry, you didn't make the payment cut. We keep your money.
Okay. So
okay, yeah. So that's why they're in a lawsuit right now currently.
And what did you do when you found out?
About Mixer shutting down.
Yeah.
I went into a dark state, man. I cried. I was like, man, how shitty is it? Because, most people probably haven't been what the ups and downs that I've been through in streaming. I on top of the world, lose it, go to starting at the bottom again, that fucking up, going to another platform, being back up on, getting up to the top of the world, and then losing it again. I was sad, man. It took me 2.5 weeks. I'd say about 2.5 weeks, and people are like, Dereck, you got to make a decision. We need you. I wasn't streaming. I took a fucking full week and a half off. I was drinking myself into a stupor, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to. I don't like asking people for help. I'm the guy that helps people, and I don't like taking help from people. And they're like, hey, man, you got to go because you're losing people now. You need to find a platform and go to it, because eventually when Mixer shuts down, they gave us a month from that tweet that they were actually legit shutting the website down. They're like, you got to get on the ball. So Facebook offered all of us Mixer partners a partnership on their platform, which was a power play. And to be honest, man, I was scared when I heard about Facebook. I'm like, dude, people aren't going to like their personal. I don't care. I'm already all over the internet. You know what I'm saying? But people don't want to talk on their real name. There's a privacy issue there.
Right.
Yeah. Which I will say, once I learned some things, anyone should do this anyways. If you're on Facebook, put your privacy settings on to only people, anyone can search for you, but only people can see your profiles if they're friends with you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they can only see your profile picture and no post.
Yeah.
So some people followed me over. A lot of people are like, man, I really miss you. I'm like, it's just a different platform. If you really enjoyed the content, you'd be over here. That's the way that I look at it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, I would watch people on Twitch, even though I was banned. I couldn't chat, but I'd still, watch a good 30, 45 minutes of streams of people that I missed.
Even your viewing capabilities were tarnished when you got banned. You couldn't post and chat.
Couldn't chat. I couldn't make another account just to type in and be like, hey, it's me, because that would be considered what do they call it?
Against terms or whatever?
Yeah, it was against yeah, exactly. So it would never allow me to ever get, if I was ever caught doing that, that took my one chance away to eventually ever getting my channel back on Twitch.
So do you now see are you a Facebook partner now?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have exclusivity, so you can stream on either.
So with Facebook, it's really cool. As a Facebook partner, in my contract, we only have to give them 20 hours a month of non-exclusivity. Okay.
Yeah.
Or we have to be exclusive with them for 20. It doesn't matter if you knock that out in 2 days. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you do 8 streams to knock it out. After that, we can restream to anywhere that we want, or we can do whatever we want. So I do Sundays and Mondays on Facebook. And actually, I've been enjoying the platform so much because of the growth. The views over there are insane. They're insane, man. It's wild.
And you're getting paid just as much as Twitch, more?
So the reason why I'm focusing on Twitch was there's a battle inside of me that went on for almost 5 years, right? Yeah. It's bothered me so much knowing I lost that many followers. So I was like, you know what? We're going to go back. We're going to see how it goes. Yeah. In the past month, we've been over there a little over, or we're coming up on right at 2 months. I got 2 months subs that are starting to click over now. We're already almost at 500 subs on the channel. That's a good chunk of change, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's $250 per sub. So if you do the math, that's almost $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
In just subs. So it's kind of hard to give that up. So my idea is don't put your eggs all in one basket. I never understood this before. Never. I wish I wasn't such a dumbass earlier, because I would have been. Now, there's terms of service with Twitch, which is kind of shitty. You're not allowed to restream as an affiliate or a partner, unless you can negotiate it in a contract when you become a partner.
Restreaming means you're streaming in two places at the same time?
Yes. Yeah. Or more. Yeah. So, and Twitch owns, also in terms of service, Twitch owns 24 hours of your content. So if I did a stream Monday at 10 a.m. on Twitch, I can't post that anywhere until Tuesday at 10 a.m.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Even like clips or that any of that.
Yeah,
sort of stuff.
clips are okay if you're posting it out on Twitter of the Twitch clip itself. But if I was to go and put it up on YouTube,
that's what I mean. Like
it's against terms of service.
Okay, so you have to wait a day, 24 full hours to do that, and then you can't restream any Twitch content.
Right. Yeah.
But can you restream? So I guess vice versa. So you can't stream on Facebook and then restream to Twitch.
I actually
After the 20 hours, you could?
After the 20, I could, but because of Twitch's TOS, I can't have any other tied in anything for restreaming.
Okay, so for Twitch, it's like it goes both ways. If there's a stream, they want it to be on Twitch no matter what.
Yeah.
So you could only restream to like YouTube, for example.
Some people do it; they get away with it, but technically, they could be banned for it. It's right in the terms of service.
Yeah.
I think with smaller streamers, they probably just don't give a shit. But if they find out, so if it's not in a bigger streamer's contract, they're gonna bust them.
Yeah. TikTok, man, are you on TikTok yet?
Mm-mm.
What's? I mean, assuming TikTok doesn't get banned.
Yeah, I have some security issues with TikTok.
Okay.
I've seen some of the coding. I know where some of it's placed. However, it's probably dumb of me not to be on TikTok.
I think you'd crush TikTok.
I hear this all the time, man.
Yeah.
I hear it all the time. It'd probably be me drunk, bouncing my titties all over the place in a thong or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you'd be the guy who'd like post something, go to bed, and then like wake up and have 1 million views and be like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's very stupid of me not. I actually thought about it until all this shit started happening.
Yeah.
I kind of called this. I was like, something's going to go down with TikTok within the next 2 to 3 months. And right about 2 months after I said that, I was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. So for personal reasons, you're opting out of TikTok.
Yeah, that's the only form of social media that I have not touched. Pretty much.
Do you have other like streaming friends that are big into it, and how do the two collide? Streaming, TikTok, like, you know what I mean?
It seems like they do pretty well. I watch them. You know, a lot of people repost them to Twitter and stuff. Since I don't have TikTok, I don't see the videos, but I see a lot on Twitter, and I'm like, you know, it's really cool to see actually how creative some of them are. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, holy shit, good for you, man.
Yeah. Okay. And then streaming during COVID. This is the last thing I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah, sure.
What's it been like? Have you noticed any change?
One of the best things ever happened to me when COVID first started. A lot of people I still had the support, you know, I still make my bills. I still get extra money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that really didn't affect me too much. There might have been maybe a little decline, but other people made up for it like 2 or 3 weeks later. But one of the coolest things that I ever did was I already had mixed feelings, but I won't get into that about the whole COVID thing. Okay. I was like, man, how many people, like, it just sucks not to go out and have a beer with someone or sit at a restaurant, you know, and just chill out and hang out or go to a club or, you know, whatever that may be. And I was like, I'm going to start a web show and I'm going to encourage people. What it was called was Bar Night. It was on Mixer. It was a big hit, man. So I found streamers, you know, and there was a lot of things going on in the show. I wanted to bring in people who were partners. I had 2 partners a week and then 3 or 4 people who were low on the totem pole.
Okay.
Like, I mean, 500 to 2,000 followers.
Yep.
Okay. Very, very small people. To help them also get the name of them out there. So it was called Bar Night. What I encouraged people to do was I would get dressed up. I would dress up in a suit or a dress shirt, and I would call people in Discord. I would encourage them to feel good about themselves and to let people know that it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of people swallowed their emotions when COVID came. We all felt like shit. If you're sitting at home all the time, people aren't used to that. Me, I'm used to it, but I still have to have my going out nights, to release all the stress and stuff. And gyms were closed. People were eating a lot or drinking a lot. So I encouraged people to drink with us, as long as they were of legal age. And I would call each one of these people. Each person had a 20 to 25-minute section.
Yep.
And I would touch bases on how COVID's been treating them, what they've been doing to get by. And then I would hit the depression line of, have they ever been depressed in their life?
Mm-hmm.
And what did they do to help bring themselves out of that? What did they suggest? And then where we could find them when they're streaming. So the show idea itself was phenomenal.
That's awesome.
People loved it. It was just me one night just sitting back drunk as shit. And I'm like, man, I wish I had some people around. That'd be cool. I guess that ain't going to happen for a while. And I was like, how many other people were feeling like this?
Yeah.
So,
so is that something you're going to keep doing, or?
I am going to bring it back on Twitch. I get a lot of asking about the Man Show. You know what the Man Show was?
I remember the Man Show.
Twitch's terms of service has changed a lot. You're technically not allowed to take drinks for money or bits anymore.
Okay.
It's against their terms. You can get drunk and stuff like that. So if I ever do, that's the most since my channel's come back. I have people still 2 months later coming in and going, "Oh my God, dude, when did you get your channel back?" Like I had no idea. It's every day. It happens multiple times. But the Man Show is the biggest, but if I ever do it, it'll be like a Will of Death thing to where there's different things and maybe like one finish your drink or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think the bar nights are what people need in their lives more than the Man Shows.
Where can people reach you if they have questions for you or want to get involved or want to subscribe to you or, join your Twitch?
Yeah, man, it's twitch.tv/sniping for Dom, all one word. Twitter, I'm a big Twitter head. I'm on Twitter constantly. I just love it, man. Is anything I like Reddit, don't get me wrong, but I enjoy Twitter way more. Instagram, I mean, they're all the same. Twitter, Instagram's all sniping for Dom. I'm live pretty much 6 days a week. Unless I need an extra day off or if I'm doing something with my son.
Yep. How is the little guy?
He's good. He's 8 years old, man. And he is, I don't know where he gets it, but he is a beast at video games that rages like a motherfucker. So I have no idea where that came from. But
I wouldn't be surprised if he grows up to be like the most like straight-laced man because he had you as his dad. He just like wants rules and structure in his life.
Dude, he's a really, really good kid. I know most parents like just say that because they kind of feel like they have to.
Yeah.
He's a really, really good football player. He's got one of the biggest hearts I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's phenomenal, man. It really is.
Well, I miss you guys, and I hope I get to see you at some point again in the future when traveling is possible again.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Thanks for checking out the video. Do not forget to click the Amazon affiliate links in the description if you want to support the channel. Subscribe, of course, and hit the like button. Oh, actually, there's one more thing. If you have people you would prefer or like me to talk to in a future episode like this, leave a comment and let me know. I do want to make more videos, and I'm reaching out to my friends to make these videos and talk about interesting topics. But if you have someone that you think would be great for this, leave a comment, make a connection. I will do more of these with new people that I've never met. Thanks again, and until the next time.